Okay, so you've probably seen my video on replacing the front brakes on the Toyota 86 or Subaru BRZ. So these here are the rear brakes that will be replaced at some point. So I'm just going to make this quick video to explain the tools and parts needed to get the job done right. So obviously when I did the front, that was my first time ever doing something like that. So now I've got quite a bit more experience from that, and I'm a bit more better prepared this time around. So first things first, to do the rear brake is a bit more tricky because it has to be done with the parking brake released. Otherwise the brakes will the brake shoe will be pressed against the drum, and that will prevent the whole disc drum from being removed. So what I've done is I've got a couple of wheel chocks here. So I'm going to chop 3 of the wheels that are on the ground before jacking up the wheel on which the brakes are going to be replaced. So these are the new brake discs from Brembo. Now just want to say something really quick about this. So it's a lot easier to find the correct disc and drum for the rear brakes because there are only a few types used by Toyota and Subaru. And if you have a look at yours and you notice that yours are vented with these slots in the middle here, then there is only one OEM model. So regardless of make, you're going to get the correct part as long as you get the one with the vent. Now there are some of the vehicles that use a solid disc, which are thinner, and that one's a bit more tricky because there are actually 2 models of that. So this is the Brembo, and that's the part number there. And the other thing is Brembo only makes 2 versions of this, one being slightly cheaper without the UV coating, but this one is as you can see, it's a bit grayish in color rather than a bright chrome color, and that's because this one has a UV coating that prevents corrosion. And when it comes to brake pads, it's even easier because if yours has this vented disc, then there is only one model of brake pads that go with it, and also Brembo only does one of these. Sorry, so I should have said Brembo don't make the rear brakes in the what do you call it, Xtra or max configuration. So it's just standard OEM ones, so you can't get like slotted or drilled ones. And when it comes to brake pads, there is only one model that goes with this disc, and this model is the 018X P78. There you go, P78018. Sorry, there's no X because X denotes the extra line, and this is obviously from the normal line. So it's P78018 for the Brembo brake pads, and it's this model here for the disc drum, 09C662.11. Okay, so this time round I've gone ahead and I've bought some M8 by 1.25mm bolts, and these bolts, and I had to guess the thread pitch for this because I couldn't find it anywhere, and couldn't find it mentioned anywhere. But this is the correct pitch and diameter to thread into these tiny holes here. So if you need them, yeah, M8 by 1.25. So these are used to sort of pull the old disc drum off the hub if they're seized in place. The other option is to use a rubber mallet to hammer it out of place, but it's just, these things don't cost much, so it's good to have them handy anyway. Okay, so got the piston spreader to compress the old pistons. Now the rear brakes will be easier to do because there is only one piston in the caliper. I've got this screwdriver with a flat head, and this will be used to be inserted in this hole here to adjust the drum brakes once this drum is installed. So we've got to turn the wheel on the drum brakes to move the brake shoe outwards so that they touch the the inside of the drum. Otherwise, the parking brake isn't going to grip on the drum once it's pulled. So look for instructions on and demonstrations on YouTube on how to adjust drum brakes, and they're all pretty much the same. So I've also got some wrenches here. Like this one here is really cheap, so when it's all covered with grease, we can just throw this away. This will be used, so the 14mm ones will be used to remove the brake caliper from the brake caliper bracket. And I've also got this 14mm to a 3/8" adapter, and this will be used for my new 3/8" torque wrench from Amazon. You know, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't need a good one. So that's going to be used to torque out the caliper and the caliper bracket, which uses the 17mm socket. Now there's one thing we need to do the caliper socket bolts, which is thread lock. So I've got that in the kitchen anyway, so we've got to cover the bolt with thread lock before bolting them back up. But by using this and the torque wrench, I can get them to the correct torque specs. Gonna use this air duster to blow off existing dust on the drum brake system, because inside a drum brake, everything is covered up, so there'll be a lot of dust and dirt trapped in there. So it's good to give a good air burst to get all the dust off before installing the new brakes. We use Brooklyn to clean the friction surfaces of the brake disc and the drum. So remember to give this inside bit here a good wipe down, as well as the front and rear of the disc itself, and also the wipe the sides of the existing brake shoes off with this. Just clean the brake shoes, and then we're going to use this, as before, we're going to use this anti-skew paste to lubricate the points at which the brake disc, the brake pads contact the brake hardware on the caliper. So typically that would be, you watched my previous video, I don't have a picture of the pads here, but typically they'll be around the ears, at the edges, and just a slight bit over and under the sides here, so basically the best thing to do is to line the pads up with the caliper and observe where it actually contacts the metal, the brake hardware on which it slides into, and apply some of this at the point wherever there is metal to metal contact. So this will reduce squealing noises from the brakes, because this acts as an interface medium. So where you have metal to metal contact, or any form of contact, you can use this. I'm going to use this to, these are the caliper guide pins grease. So these are soap based grease. So I'm going to pull off the old caliper guide pins, and I'm going to use Brooklyn to clean them down before applying this. So that's it really. The other tools that I'm going to be using are things like a longer torque wrench to get the wheels off, and a hydraulic jack, which I've not shown here. But this should be it, and also always handy to have a box of gloves ready. Okay, thanks for watching.